I'm standing here in Craigness, and I guess Craigness would be typical of many communities on the west coast of Cape Breton Island. It was settled basically between 1790 and 1820, I think, when most of the Highland settlers came. Most of them came and settled. It seems that most of the original farms were in 200-acre lots running back from the shore and as the second generation came along, they took the rear and just kept moving back. And eventually some of the farms became subdivided, so you would have families. But I think most of the farms, or the original land grants, are still in the hands of the descendants of the original pioneers along here. And
you said something about a split between the Protestants and Catholics and when they came over?
Okay, just directly across the water from where we're standing now is Cape George, and on the other side of Cape George is Pictou, which was a very prominent destination point for the Highland settlers that came to Nova Scotia. Going west from Pictou, and in Pictou itself, most of the inhabitants were Protestant. Coming eastward up through McGuiness County, many of the inhabitants were Catholic. And as the boats came to Pictou, the Catholics generally came east, and the Protestants stayed in Pictou or went up along River John or Truro, that area. And
my understanding from the histories is that over here, Catholics and Protestants on the whole got on okay together.
Very much so, very much so. In fact, they had great respect for their own religious traditions and beliefs, and supported. I know that when my grandfather died up back of Craigness Mountain, his Protestant neighbor came over with a horse and sleigh to get the parish priest to administer the last rites. So they got along famously, and still do. Most churches now have ecumenical choirs or participants, and it's been a wonderful experience on that end. Yes.
You said you reckon most came over between, what, 1790, 1810, something like that?
Most of the ones along this side of the island came roughly between 1790 and 1820, it seems, and settled pretty well all along the western side of Cape Breton Island, all through Inverness County.
And do you know why they came? Was that as a result of clearances?
Basically as a result of the Highland clearances. Just to be able to practice their religious beliefs, to keep their Gaelic language, to keep their music, to keep their culture. And I guess on an economic basis, to be able to have their own land and their own freedom.
Great.
That was probably the main attraction.
And I hear you're a Gaelic singer.
No, I can't take that claim at all. I know a little bit of Gaelic. My parents were both Gaelic speakers, and I know many Gaelic choruses, but I'm not a singer.
Just for the record, could you give me your name?
My name is Frank McGuiness. My father was from Queensville.